Hi, fifth graders. Today's lesson is lesson 16-3, Continue to Classify Quadrilaterals. The I can statement is I can classify quadrilaterals using a hierarchy. I want you to pause the video now to write the lesson number, title, and I can statement on a new page in your math notebook. When you are finished, press play to continue. Today's solve and share problem reads, look at the quadrilaterals. In the table, write the letters for all the figures that are trapezoids. Then do the same with each of the other quadrilaterals. Work with a partner to solve this problem. Though you may not have a partner, do the best on your own. Go ahead and pause the video to classify each one of these quadrilaterals. When you are finished, press play to continue. Okay, first, when we solve this problem, we need to learn how to do, or I guess we already know, we need to do cubes. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to circle the numbers. First of all, I don't have any numbers to circle. But next, I need to underline the question. Even though it doesn't have a question, what is my task? My task is to write the letters for all of the figures that are trapezoids. Next, for box the keywords, the keywords would be to write the letters for all figures. So we're going to be looking at each one of these shapes and classifying it. Next would be evaluate and visualize. As I go through each parallelogram, each quadrilateral, I need to decide and know their attributes and what identifies them as each quadrilateral. And now I need to solve. First of all, I want to look at the trapezoids. Trapezoids are a four-sided shape with one set of parallel sides, only one. So for now, if I have G, that has two sets of parallel sides, M has two sets of parallel sides, R has only one set, as you can see. So I'm going to write R in the trapezoid. Q, neither one in Q has parallel, because as you can see, each one of these has kind of a slanted side, so none of them are perfectly parallel. Shape L has two sets of parallel sides. S has one set of parallel sides. So I'm going to write S, and that's the trapezoid. I'm going to go to O. O has one set of parallel. The other two are slanted. So I'm going to put O in that category. I see in shape U, it looks like this angle right there is a little slanted. So I'm going to leave U alone, because remember, they have to be parallel lines that are straight. V has no lines that are parallel, and N has two sets of parallel lines. So for now, for trapezoids, I'm going to put R, S, and O. Next, I need to classify parallelograms. These are going to be shapes that have two pairs of parallel sides. When I look at G, I see there are two sets of parallel sides. M has two sets of parallel sides. R does not, because you can see the two that are slanted away. Q does not, because all four sides have a little bit of a slant. L has two sets. S has only one pair. O has only one pair, the top and the bottom. U has one pair. V has, oh, that's a tough one. I am not going to put V because it doesn't look like they're parallel or 4 sets, but it does look like N because they have 2 sets of parallel lines. So I'm going to put N. Next, I want to go and look to see what rectangles go in each space, or each, what shapes go in rectangles. G has 4 equal angles and 2 equal sides, so I'm going to put G as a rectangle. M is not a rectangle because it does not have all equal angles. R and O is the same. They don't have equal sides or all equal angles. Neither does L, S, O, U, V, or N. Next is a square. Remember, a square has equal sides and equal angles. Right now, I do not see any of the shapes that would be a square because we need all equal sides and all equal angles. And next I have a rhombus. Remember, a rhombus needs to have 2 of the angles that are the same size, plus they need to have all sides that are equal sizes. So, all sides that are equal sizes. And the only shape that I see here where all sides would be equal would be V. Let's see how other people solved this problem. So here we see Terrence's work. It says, why did Terrence write the letters G and V in 2 different categories? So we see here that G is a parallelogram and V was also a rectangle. Remember, they have the same attributes. They have 2 sets of parallel lines, and then they also have 2 sets of the same angles. The next question asks, why are the letters L and N in other categories? L, M, and N, if you want to go back to the first slide, L, M, and N are not in any other categories like a rhombus, because remember, a rhombus has to have all equal sides like a square does. On the next slide, is Wesley's work correct? His is partially correct. It says he incorrectly identifies figure Q as a trapezoid and G as a square. He identified Q as a trapezoid. Can you see why it is not categorized as a trapezoid? It isn't a trapezoid because remember, a trapezoid needs 1 pair of parallel sides. And as you can see on Q, neither one of these opposite sides are parallel. At least one of the sides has a slant and they are not straight and parallel to each other. So Q does not qualify as a trapezoid. Let's go back, and it says in figure G, or that he also says that G is a square. Remember, to be a square, it also has to have all equal sides. Now I want you to go back and review your work after we have done this together. Remember to write a paragraph to explain and summarize your thinking in your journal. Be ready to share your problem-solving method in class tomorrow. See you then.